pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening. Is there anyone here for the 2-minute open forum? Anyone here for 2-minute open forum? Anyone here for 2-minute open forum? We do have a proclamation recognizing National Emergency and Infant Loss Awareness Day. It says, whereas infants remembered in silence and many other nonprofit organizations work with thousands of parents all over Minnesota and across the United States who have experienced the death of a child during pregnancy through early childhood, and where many of these parents live in, deliver in, have a child die in, or bury a child in our community. And whereas Infants Remembered in Silence, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, was founded in 1987, 31 years ago, to support parents whose children or child or children died from miscarriage, ectopic pregnancy, molar pregnancy, stillbirth, neonatal death, birth defects, sudden unexplained death of a child, sudden infant death syndrome, illness, accidents, and all other types of infants and early childhood death. And whereas bereaved parents around the world remember their children annually on October 15th with a candle lighting at 7 p.m. Some will remember their child or children in their homes, while others will remember them in small gatherings around the state, across the nation, and around the world, and would unify these parents in tribute to their children. And whereas in 1988, President Ronald Reagan proclaimed October as National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month, and whereas in honor of thousands of children that die each year in Minnesota, Infants Remembered in Silence respectfully request that October 15, 2018 be recognized as Pregnancy and Infants Loss Remembrance Day. Now therefore be it resolved that by the City of Waite Park, Minnesota, proclaim that October 15, 2018 be recognized as Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day in the City of Waite Park. All right, review and approve council agenda.
Mr. Mayor, I did add, and it is in your online version, an L and an M to the consent agenda, and it's approving the amended franchise fee for Stearns Electric, and the other one is the approving the amended franchise fee for Xcel Energy.
Do you want to move to approve as amended?
So move.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. All right, consent agenda items. Item A, approve city council minutes of 8/22. Item B, approve city council minutes of 8/6. Item C, approve election judge list for 2018 general elections. Item D, approve resolution for notice of hearing on proposed assessment of unpaid city charges. Item E, approve change order number 1 for Rivers Edge Park Improvements Phase 3 project. Item F, award turf establishment quote to Schrodens for Rivers Edge Park Improvement Phase 3. Item G, approve to begin the hiring process for police officer. Item H, approve the joint powers agreement with St. Cloud State University You Choose program. Item I, approve 2 a.m. liquor license for Ultimate Sports Bar contingent upon application completion. Item J, authorize purchase of single axle chassis 2019 budget item. Item K, approve reimbursement to Rock On Trucking for fuel costs for hauling AMP fill material. Item L, approve amended franchise fee for Stearns Electric. And item M, approve amended franchise fee for Xcel Energy.
I would like to pull F and H.
I'd like to pull L and M.
Somebody want to move to approve A, B, C, D, E, G, I,
Moved.
J, K?
I'll move. Second.
Further discussion? Favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. F, Mike?
I thought when we bid this River's Edge project, isn't that, or shouldn't have that have been in the original bid?
Nope,
Or was it separated out?
We pulled it.
we held it to be bid separately.
We did. We wanted to make sure that we got, obviously some good landscapers, top quality landscapers to quote us, since the great benefit of that park and those ball fields is gonna be in the turf. So,
I just want, you know,
yeah, we
okay.
bid that out separately.
H,
I know Dave isn't here, I'd like to have him here, reading this agreement. When this is taking place, does this mean that the people that have to go to this You Choose program, is that then taken off their record at a later time? Or does it remain on their record as a criminal type record?
If they successfully complete the program, it comes off the record.
Yeah.
And it's voluntary, I do
Right.
believe. They don't,
It
there's
is.
nothing saying that they have to go.
That is my understanding.
So it would come off their record if they would successfully go to it and
they complete it.
I
complete it.
believe so. Yep.
We want to move F and H.
I'll move.
Second.
Further discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. Frank, L and M.
Now that we have Schedule A on our desk, is the estimated fees per month?
No, quarter,
Quarter.
quarter.
So,
Right.
okay,
Wait.
so,
Isn't it by
Hold
quarter?
on.
Or are they gonna pay us every quarter?
They're paying us quarterly. Those are monthly fees.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Franchise fees are submitted at
Yep.
least quarterly. I saw that.
Those are consistent with the other cities that have the same ones. And so it was just really a typographical error on the one that was submitted, and that we needed to get that changed from the, what was it, 109 to 15?
$15.
Yeah, a little bit of a difference. The per month
But
fees.
it's collected
yeah.
every quarter.
It's collected every quarter, yeah.
so we're adding on our large commercial users $1,300 a year in these fees.
Yep.
I am not voting for this.
You've already approved the actual one. The only
Oh,
thing that we're requesting
Should
is
have
an
seen
amendment.
this.
It was in the packet when it was approved. And they're consistent with everyone else's uses.
Remember, this money is going for roads, so it is an important money. Any other questions on, well,
Yes.
L and M, they're both the same.
Yeah.
Do you want to move to approve, or?
I'll move
L is a different subject.
No,
No.
it's just
L
different
is
comp-
one is for
One's for
Stearns
Stern.
and one is for Excel.
That would be M and N then, not L and M.
It's L and M,
L and
I
M.
think.
L is approved reimbursement to Rock On
M and
Trucking.
N, it's M and N,
Oh, something got missed on mine. I apologize. It is M and N, sorry.
and N.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move to change M to N and approve L and N.
But then you gotta approve L.
Second. I second that.
That was my miss.
We did approve K. H.
We did K. L is.
L
Rock On.
is the one that you need to
Let's do
approve.
M and then we'll go and do an L, just to make it safe.
Okay. Who did the M and N?
Frank,
Chuck and,
Oh, I know which one we moved. We forgot was the firefighters. It was J we forgot.
no?
Yep, yep. You
Nobody
bet it
pulled it.
was J.
yeah, Jay got missed.
Jay got
I don't
missed.
know what
Okay,
We'll
happened.
go back, we'll
I've
go
got
back and get
I
them
have
all.
a motion and I have a motion and a second to approve M and N. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Yeah.
4-1. And now we'll go back and.
Number L.
Read number L, which is approved resolution to increase the benefit level for firefighters.
No? L is approved reimbursement to
Yeah.
Rock On Trucking for fuel
No, we
costs.
did that one. Look over here. This is the one we
Yeah,
missed. The
it-
real L was,
The numbers got messed up on
real
this sheet.
J was to approve resolution to increase the level of
When who's on first?
firefighters.
Whatever, let's do both of them and say, yeah.
Oh, we already did one. All we gotta do is approve the increase to the benefit for level for firefighters.
So moved.
Second.
Further discussion. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? I think we finally got the consent agenda.
That's a who's on first.
Welcome to Way Park, Tammy.
It takes a while, but we always get it done, you know that?
Oh. Regular agenda. I know there's a public hearing someplace in here. Gotta be read.
Public hearing.
Yeah, it's in the.
Fine, load
papers.
up.
Is,
Right here?
is the public hearing in this?
That's the
Yep.
very bottom one.
Open public hearing, it says, actually, it just is a memo from Northland Securities about tax abatement process and required the action of city council. A tax abatement is being considered as part of allowing the city to use sales tax revenue generated from a regional sales tax collected by the city for bonding of the amphitheater project. The city council is required to hold a public hearing on this. In addition, the council will need to consider two resolutions that include, one is the property tax abatement and the other is for sale of taxable general obligation bonds. Public hearing is open at 6:40 PM.
You're on.
Mayor, council, is the mic on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why
so
does yours
let me offer some perspective on the two agenda items. So the first resolution following the public hearing is for the approval of the property tax abatement. This is necessary because while the city is planning to use sales tax revenue to finance the bonds or to repay the bonds for the amphitheater, there is not statutory authority nor authority granted when the sales tax was approved to issue bonds that are supported by sales tax. An authority that does allow the city to move forward is something called property tax abatement, so tax abatement bonds. A public hearing is necessary, and you open the public hearing before you approve this resolution. The resolution, and as part of the public hearing notice, a project area was identified. There's approximately 10 parcels that are included in the tax abatement area. If you approve this resolution this evening, you will authorize tax abatements of up to $5.2 million. The next resolution that authorizes the bonds, you will pledge the tax with respect to street improvements, and that's why Keith had included a memo from back with respect to that project. It is similar, the approval process. It's just that the project this time is for the amphitheater versus new street improvements. With that, I would be happy to answer any questions.
Council, got any questions? Anybody? Public hearing? If not, we can have a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. The public hearing is closed at 6:43. We need a required action is to approve or deny the resolution for property tax abatement.
So move.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. The other one is to approve or deny the resolution for sale of taxable general obligation tax abatement bonds.
Move to approve it.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously.
Mayor, council, I will see you in November then, November 13th, I believe, on the date of the sales. So,
Okay.
thank you.
All right.
All right, thanks,
Thank
Tina. All right, item B is consider phase one, award.
One.
I
Phase 1. Oh.
think that's supposed to be award, not
Award.
aware.
This agenda's got.
Consider phase one award for AMP improvement.
You can blame it all on me.
Yeah, Mayor, members of the council, we did open bids for Phase 1 of the amphitheater project last Thursday. Just a reminder, Phase 1 is kind of the civil earthwork utility portion of the project. We did receive 2 complete bids on the project, and we received 3 bids that were not complete and rejected for those reasons. The engineer's estimate on this project for the base bid is $1,485,000 in round numbers. Our low responsible bid was from CNL Excavating at $1,198,499.70. So roughly $285,000 under the estimate for that project. We would recommend award to CNL Excavating, the lowest responsible bidder on this project.
Council, got any questions?
Yeah, there was some concern in here that things were done properly because of those 3 that were not complete. And I'm assuming that everything is up and we won't have a problem with the reoccurrence?
Because they didn't fulfill the requirements of the bid requirement, And if we were to award them and kind of let this pass, then other bidders would have a objection. So I think this is the safest and best course to take.
So it's all right to go ahead and award
Yes.
the bid as is with the two proper that have been received, and don't worry about the other three.
Yes.
Question, were the three non-complete bids, were any of those final bids lower than CNL
They were, CNL,
considerably?
trying to remember it.
About 200.
Considerably, but not out of the realm.
Okay.
The CNL's
Is it
estimate
roughly
is,
200,000 less?
no, it was less than that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this bid is still about $300,000 under the engineer's
I was just
estimate.
wondering if any of those three
There were two of them
Qualified were
that were,
lower.
yeah, they were,
two of them, the three were lower?
Yep.
Than CNL?
yep.
Too bad.
But maybe they didn't have everything in it.
They,
Could be.
that's the other side to it. And then the other thing, just as a point of reference, on our overlay project, we had a very similar situation, and it was a low bid that lost it for not having the same thing, and we awarded to the next one. And so I think to keep the integrity of your bidding process, you really have to follow those rules. And we spent quite a bit of time last week working through this, and I think this is the best end result, on behalf of the city.
And unfortunately, it would have meant savings.
Maybe.
Potentially, not
Depends
necessarily.
on what they missed.
Yeah. One thing I want to mention, that when you are considering a motion, that if you choose to move forward with this, is if you could include in your motion that the contract forms to be approved by the city administrator, city engineer, and city attorney. Yeah,
Yep.
if you could add that. This would be contract forms that would be approved by myself, Gordon, and Terry.
Okay,
Or John.
then I'll move to approval of the award of the 2018 Amphitheater Improvement Phase 1 to CNL Excavating, Inc. as presented, along with the approval of all the forms, city administrator, city attorney, and city engineer. Okay.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
I don't have anything except, I guess John will have the same thing, coalition meeting in November, if anybody's interested.
I've gotten some responses back, yep. And then we will be looking,
Pay the bills.
Oh, yeah.
we don't have any bills to pay this month.
Well, that's why they're not on there, but I
That's
thought
right.
maybe you just didn't type that in there.
I know, well, that might have been the case, yes.
We don't have any bills this month?
You guys aren't getting paid.
Yeah, paychecks are withheld.
Look at this,
Jeez.
look at the sergeant in back laughing. He doesn't get his either. All right, Shawna?
The October 23rd through the 25th, we will be having New West and Mammoth here to go through some of the stuff with the amphitheater. Stay tuned for more details. I'm working on that schedule and stuff, so I'll let you know what that lays out to be.
Does it still look promising for a joint cities meeting?
You know, that is a really good question, because I posed the question and I got some responses, but not from the actual city that's supposed to be hosting it.
Who's
So I
supposed to
will-
host it?
I think it's,
Sartell?
no.
Oh, not-
I
Oh,
think it's-
Sartell was last time.
I want to say I think it's Sauk Rapids, to be honest with
Sauk
you.
Rapids.
Be.
I'm not trying to put anyone under the bus, but
No, I don't know who's either. Okay.
I could be wrong on that too, but
Else?
I don't have anything else.
Right? Terry? Bill? John?
No, sir.
Sergeant?
Coffee day Wednesday.
Gordon?
I don't have anything.
All right, we are adjourned at 6:50.